So I was doing timing on this baby. I was hoping to have more than enough room, and but I don't know. Maybe I could fish it from back there. So what I did was I took off this long bolt. This has a 14 millimeter going right through there, and you push it out, and this comes off, and this is inside this bracket here, so it slides out just like that. And then once you take that off, you should push the alternator to the side like that, and you can take off this 14 and this 14. It's gonna be the same way either way you do it. It's not going up, it's coming down definitely, but we don't know if it can fit through here, fit through there. I'm sure we got more than enough room right here, but I doubt it. Don't want to take out the axle, but this is where I stopped at so far. So this bracket, this harness in the back is attached to this alternator here. So we want to break this little guy out of the way. So squeeze, squeeze, and this should come off, or just break it off. So I'm going to get this off, and once this is off, we're going to take off that 12 up in the top, and the alternator is loose. Already taken off the number 10, and then I already took off the connector from the top. That is out already. So everything is loose. The alternator just fell right here, and you want to be careful with these brake lines. Okay, it's not a brake line. It looked like a brake line. I thought it was a rusted brake line. But anyways, it's just stuck right there now. So right now I got the harmonic balancer out here, so I don't know if that would make any difference, but this baby ain't coming out. Maybe if I remove the oil filter, let's see, let me just take off the oil filter, and then I might just have enough clearance right back here. Okay, so if I remove that oil filter, then I might be in business. So I'm gonna take off that oil filter. Okay, so hassle is a hassle. Let's see, once I get this filter out, and my wrench here is crappy wrench. Okay, I loosened up the filter. Let's see if I get it by hand. And here comes the filter. Got my little bucket down below. And I'm gonna do oil change anyway. Needed oil change. So they could not give us an extra freaking inch here of space to remove this alternator. All we needed was an extra inch. I tried, guys. I was just trying to see if this baby will come out, but I guess not. The axle needs to come out. Woo, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. More work for me. And we got a problem now. This needs to sit up there. You could probably try to take it up, but the master cylinder is gonna bother you. Anyways, it is what it is. Seized up alternator does not want to come out without removing the axle. All right, so what we're gonna do is to take out this axle, we're gonna have to pop. We're gonna have to pop this. We're gonna have to pop that 14 back there. We're gonna take this off, and let's see how that goes. I'm gonna take this off. If this doesn't remove, a lot of times the axle is stuck in the hub. That'd be another disaster. Well, there goes our axle. I'll put in another filter so I don't forget, because you will forget. Took out the axle bolt, release the cables here, control arm, bada bing, bada boom, and sway bar is gone. I'm not dealing with that right now. I don't care about that right now. And this baby is down to earth. Not that down to earth. The fuck out of here. All right, so this was the issue. It was locked up. You see, it does not want to turn. It's seized up. Screw you. Time to get another one. We got one over here. We ordered one ahead of time. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take a big lunch break. And here's the new alternator. Remy, lifetime stuff. Okay, so this is my friend's car. So as long as he has the car, labor applies, but part is free. So it comes with the new bolt and everything there. So everything's bada bing, bada boom. What I want to do here is I'm gonna put this baby right here. I'm gonna let it sit right here. Okay. We're gonna put it back where it's supposed to be at. Okay. One hand. Yeah. Let it sit right there. Make sure it doesn't damage anything. But I'm gonna put our old axle back together, and then I'll just work on it in a few. It might be easy for me to get this bolt right now up there on the top, and then I can work my way from the bottom up. And the bolt, where did I put that bolt? Put that bolt all the way on there. I'm gonna get that. No worries. There's the bolt for the alternator. This is a 12 millimeter on the top. So I'm gonna try to hold it right now and get this in, but it's hard to hold the camera, so hold it up and put this bolt in. So to get the alternator, I took off the little key in there, cotter pin, took off this 17 millimeter, took the axle bolt, we took off this, off the strut, and the bolt here and nut here, and then pushed the bolt out, and the axle popped up. And we didn't have to remove the axle from that end, but we got the axle in, the alternator in there, nice and tight. We got a belt in here, we got a belt in here. So if you need to make adjustments down the road, you can make the adjustments. We got the idler pulley. We did change the idler pulley there, so you do want to put a new idler pulley. And 12, same procedure as we took things apart. We put everything back together. So 12 millimeter for the housing for the pulley, 14 in the center with the washer and little spacer in the back. So I need to put this in, and we're all done in here. It's all complete. I did do the oil change, put in a new filter. This bracket, this bolt gave me big hassle here, okay? That was the biggest problem. And then I'll show you up on the top. So I'm gonna put this in and put this cover on. It's bada bing, bada boom. And we're gonna crank it up. So the alternator from over here, you could disconnect the 10 millimeter and the connector there. I took off this as well, this little bolt on top of this, 12 millimeter, you guys saw that. So I yanked it with the pry bar and I locked up the bolt, and the belt is on it, and that's it with that. Got the valve cover on, got the ignition coil cables in, got the belt in there, and there's the adjuster, just like we took it apart. This one you gotta put in a 1/4 inch, have it drive pry bar. I'm sorry, I keep saying pry bar, breaker bar. Pull on it. It's gonna pull up on it, and then even to get the belt off, you gotta pull down on it because this pump doesn't, this lines and stuff doesn't let it go down a bit, so it might give you a hard time to get the belt on. So do that properly. Tighten that up, lock this up as you just to tighten the belt. So these belts are not crazy tight, so they will wear out, and I might want to end up adjusting at one time. This is a friend of mine, he lives around the block, so him driving around for a few days, these belts are gonna stretch out. So I did fill up the antifreeze, use the good old what is this, Peak right here is what I used, good stuff, and topped it off, locked up the cap, filled this up. Now I'm gonna let it run for 20 minutes, and a moment of truth, let's crank this baby up. Already tested, to be honest with you guys, and starts out pretty good. And there you go, just the way he brought it into me, same way it goes out. And since we changed the alternator, no more battery light. Thank you for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Stay tuned for more videos.